Outside. Okay, welcome in, you guys. Come on in. We're gonna get started. We're gonna jump right into our meditation for 5 minutes and then journaling for 5 minutes. Yes, day 6, you guys. We're still hanging in there, aren't we? Day 6, you guys. I'm so grateful if you're watching on the YouTube replay and you made it to day 6 with us. Thank you so much. I know on the YouTube you guys have missed a couple of the episodes. Unfortunately, a couple of them were recorded for some reason with no sound. And so it was pointless to post them with no sound, right? So we missed a couple, but we are here. I might be able to download them from TikTok and upload them later, but then you don't see the comments and stuff. And that's my favorite part about recording them, is I get to go look at the comments, when I see it back, because a lot of times they're going by so fast that I miss them. I miss a lot of them. And I go back and watch the replay and I'm like, oh shoot, I can't believe it, I missed it. And it seems like I'm looking right at the thing and I still missed it. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I think part of it is I've been trying to practice looking at the camera more, because I notice my eyes go all over the place sometimes and I need to be looking right at the camera, right? So I'm going to try to give y'all, you know what it is? I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to be totally honest. Because all I can see is myself here. I don't like to look at myself. Is that crazy? I mean, it's not that I don't like to look at myself, but I understand too that I'm looking at myself in here and I feel like I'm talking to myself, right? So that's partly why else I don't. And also I understand that the eyes really are the window to the soul. And it's a trick that I kind of picked up over the years, to kind of manage my own gift. Because when I look at people in their eyes, I see everything, right? I see it. Not only do I feel it, but I see it too, right? And so I sometimes avoid eye contact for that reason. Not to mention too, I know their soul is looking into me. I can feel it too, right? So in order to deflect energy, I try not to look people in the eyes. So that's something I'm working on, but that's partly why you see my eyes always all over the place when I'm on the live. Because I'm watching my replays back and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just all over the place sometimes. It's so funny. But anyways, I'm going to work on it. So you guys let me know how I'm doing, okay? Welcome in. Tap the screen, y'all. Share this live. If you have not yet shared this live, please do so right now. Hit the share button for me so we can get this out to more people, right? Ooh, I probably shared it to a couple of you twice already. Burps already. Look. Spirit coming through already. I was woken up again this morning at 3:33 as well. When Spirit wakes you up between 2 and 4 in the morning, you're supposed to meditate. It's like they're calling you. It's like a phone ringing when you wake up at that time in the morning. And truly what you should do is just sit up in your bed, don't lay down, just sit up. Propped up against your pillows, the backboard, whatever, you are able to prop yourself up on, and sit up and just take 3 deep breaths and just sit there and listen. Don't expect anything, but just be in that moment and give that time, acknowledge your angels, right? Good morning, Jeanette. How are you? Right, no fear, right? You have to just allow, because usually it's meaning they're trying to communicate with you. I understand too, they're telling me I need to get deeper into my spiritual practices, right? To develop my gifts even more. But I got a download this morning, and I know of course, when I got it, it is always clarity, right? When you understand something that you always thought about but never knew for sure, and then the understanding comes and it clicks, right? It's that whole feeling that I got this morning when they downloaded to me why I've had so much death around me, death in my life, people around me. Not to say I'm a, a grim reaper or anything like that, but probably more than most people on an average throughout their lives have not experienced death as much as I have, right? And part of it is, it's a part of my purpose. It's a part of my spiritual gift. And this is another reason why sometimes I think I don't like to look people in their eyes, because I know when people are leaving. Like, I can feel their life force energy leaving. And I feel like that's why I've been privy to so much of it, right? For example, I'll tell you guys this story, right? Some of you guys don't know, but when I first got out of school, and I wanted to start a career when I was younger, I always wanted to become a nurse, right? A registered nurse, because like I said, I've always had the urge, the feeling that I want to take care of people, be of service to people. And so I always wanted to be a nurse. So I took action on that once I was old enough and went to school to get a certificate for nursing assistants, right? I just started doing being a nurse's assistant in the beginning. So I started that, and whenever you do any type of healthcare course, you have to take a clinical. The clinical is like out of the simulator, so to speak, right? You go out of the classroom and you're put in real life situations, right? And they're called clinicals, where you actually have to physically go to a clinic, hospital, whatever, and now practice or perform, the skills that you learned during school. And so, what's that? He can tell if somebody's leaving too. And he can see once they leave too. I think that's the purpose. It's so interesting that you say that, because that's kind of what I'm getting to here. It's so crazy. It's so crazy that you're saying this right now. Jeanette, everything happens for a reason. This is why I understand even why I'm called to tell the story, because somebody needs to hear this, right? Somebody here watching, or who will watch this, is probably having these same thoughts. Anyways, remember, all of our life experiences, we are meant to share them to help people that may be in similar situations, to be an inspiration, right? To be encouragement, or even a guide, right? A blueprint, so to speak, for someone to follow sometimes. Of course, you want to forge your own path and do what's right for you, but it's always good to have an example of what someone else has done or experienced, right? We learn better that way. Do you agree? Would you agree? So, anyways, I did my first clinical. And Grand Rising, River Tam, thank you for joining me. Welcome in. We're going to do our meditation and journaling here pretty quick. I'm just telling a story to give people time to get in here. We'll start, I think, at like 9:45. We'll start the meditation at 9:45. So we'll give people about 3-4 more minutes to get in here. So tap the screen, share this live. We're going to do 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of journaling. This is day 6 today, right? Today is day 6 now. So we started this on the 1st, and we've been doing this every day. I've been here every morning, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard. So if this is your first time catching this, you can join in anytime. It doesn't matter, but we're doing this for 30 days. Excuse me. But back to the story here. So like I said, I went to school, got my certificate. We had to do our clinicals. So we go into the nursing home is where I was doing my clinicals. Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you, darling. And we go in there, and they assign me to an elderly patient who was, in the bed all the time. But while we were there, why is it that I was the only person out of all 50 of us that were there doing a clinical? I had to be the person to get a patient who died while we were there. Like, I can't even make this stuff up, right? When you look back and reflect on your life, you understand, a lot of times why the things happen, because they say hindsight is 2020, right? You understand it completely when you look back at what things happened, right? You understand it. And so, like I said, I'm sitting here like, wow, are you serious? So now part of my clinical, which is why we're there, which is stuff we learned, is how to prepare a body after death, right? What to do, what things you have to do. I had to experience that because my patient passed away. Now, this is what I'm saying. Like, I am not a grim reaper or anything, but it's just the point. Like I say, if you are a person that has experienced death a lot in your life, not, you yourself or, in any tragic way, but just natural death, people in your family dying. Look at my candles flickering. So I feel energy around. Angels are here. I feel that too. But that's why I'm telling this story. Somebody is feeling this. I feel it. Anyways, so I had to prepare this woman's body. Right. And I'm the only person in the whole clinical, through the whole thing, the whole week we were there, who had a patient that passed away. Right. But mind you, I've been experiencing death, right, since I was 12 years old, really. Right. 12 years old. My father passed away. That was the first real significant death in my life, was my father at the age of 12. But after that, it was almost, I could say, like an avalanche of people very close to me and friends of the family, very close to our family, passing away. But the crazy thing is that I recall specifically looking at my father, right? I looked him in his eyes the last time I saw him. I was 12 and he was in the hospital bed. And I recall specifically, as I got to the door, doors are portals, you guys. Understand this too. That's another thing that I'm understanding and realizing now that I'm awake, right? Doors are portals, but it's like I got to the door, the archway of the door to his room. As I was leaving, my grandfather was reaching out for my hand, and we were about to go to the airport because we didn't live in the same state. So I was going home back to my mother that morning. And this was the last time I was ever going to see my father, but I knew it was, right? I just knew it was. Anyways, I get to the door and I recall just looking over my shoulder. You know how you turn and look over your shoulder back at somebody? And he was laying in the bed. Now, mind you, my father was blind, right? His eyes usually were not open. He had gone blind before he passed away. And so his eyes usually were never open. But it was crazy in that moment that I looked back. It was like I saw his eyes. He was looking at me, but it wasn't him looking at me. It was his soul, his spirit. And I could feel him saying goodbye. Like I knew he was leaving. I knew it. Like nobody could tell me anything. And that was in September. No, it was the end of August. Yeah, it was probably like the first week of September because I was going back home to start school. I think I started school a day or two after I got home. So it was like the first few days of September. Now, I recall this because when my mother found out that my father died, I already knew. We were at school that day and we had gotten home from school and everybody was gathered in the living room. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I already knew what it was, right? I already knew what it was. But my mother had actually asked us the question, do you know what's going on? They told me and my brother to sit down on the sofa. And she asked me, do you know what has happened? And I told her directly, yes, Dad died. And she just like almost speechless, couldn't even speak to me. But of course she nodded her. Actually, she didn't even do that. I think for a minute she was just quiet and she said, well, why would you think that? And I I said, because I know he was sick when I left. I saw him, and I, of course, had been already telling my mom or family about some of the stuff I had experienced, psychic, experiences, and nobody believed me. So, of course, when she asked me how I knew, I just like, well, I kind of made that up, right? I kind of made that up because, yeah, I know he was sick. But no, I felt him leave that day because he came. He came to see me at school and I knew he was gone. But anyways, I felt his energy. Again, my gift is clairsentience, right? So I feel energy and I know what his energy feel like. I remember him looking at me when I left the room. But it was like when I walked through that portal, I was walking through another dimension. When I walked out of the door to his hospital room, it was like I knew that energy was no more, or was not going to be here anymore. At that moment, I knew, right? But of course, like I say, I didn't tell mom, but I knew. And they were just shocked that I knew. Of course, I cried. I was, very hurt. But, subsequently, years after that, just so many more people. My grandparents, all four of them are gone, both on both sides now. I've had uncles. My uncles, one of my, uncles passed away shortly after that. And it's just like I've constantly had death around me. And this morning, the revelation or the clarity is because my gift is meant to transform, right? My gift activates and transforms people. That's what I do. And I can see into spirits, into souls. I can feel when people's life force is leaving this dimension. That's the best way I can describe it, right? But I always knew if I'm looking at somebody, it's like I can see through them. I don't know how to explain it, but and so the realization this morning that came across was, you're very powerful because your gift transforms, but you have been hiding and been afraid of your power your entire life. You've been running from it. And it is true, right? It was a realization. And then it was like the way my guides talk to me is they flash me back my memory. Like I went through every person like that. It was almost like film reels. That's the best way I can explain it. You know how they go really fast? And it was like every death in my family just flashed right before me. Every person that I've experienced death. And they asked me, why do you think you were there? Right? Why do you think so much has happened around? Why do you think you've been so exposed? Understand, they're showing me what my gift is and how I'm meant to use it, right? So crazy, but it's how they tell me, they explain, they show me, because they're going to give you the things that are meant for you in a way that it is understandable for you, that they know you're going to understand what it means, like a clear knowing, because you feel it, right? And it was like in that instant that all those people flashed through my head. What I recall most is the feelings, right? That was what they took my energy to after the flashes of all of them. Every one of them had the same feeling, the same energy. Like I knew. It was the same energy. It was crazy, but it made me understand and know that's what I was feeling. That's why I was feeling it. And that's why I was there. The purpose was to show me my gift, right? To show me what my purpose is and how I have used it over all these years, how it has I can't say it's affected anybody in this sense yet, other than myself, right? Other than me coming to the realization that that's part of something that I am aware of consciously now that I do, but never realized I did it, right? Crazy, isn't it? When you think about it. But the whole point is that, again, your guides are with you. They're guiding you. Every single experience that you have in your life is all for a purpose. You may not understand it at the moment, at the time. You don't understand why. But if you really start doing the reflecting, you start going within, start understanding yourself. excuse me, I'm burping, so channeling here, you start to understand exactly why you had to experience the things you did, right? Because there's going to be a higher purpose for my gift in the future, is what I'm beginning to understand, right? And it is because of this mass awakening that's happening. I'm meant to help people transition, right? Transition, transform, because we are shifting. A lot of us are awakening at the same time. And so many of us are confused, not understanding what we're supposed to do, right? So that energy that I have is inspirational enough to get you curious, right? It's going to inspire you to question yourself, your own gifts, when you understand how this is unfolded in my life, right? So if you're watching this and this is resonating with you, you're still here listening, it's because you're feeling this energy, and you know your guides have sent you here today to hear this. And it's with pure love and, you know, honest, positive intentions that I even sit here and share it with you guys, because I understand how important each of you are to the whole unfolding of this journey that Earth is on, right? We're all so very important. And it's time for all of us to really start accepting who we are and being exactly who we are meant to be. Look at my candle keeps flickering. Like there's no fan on in here, no air blowing, but this candle keeps flickering. So I know, again, this is part of the message this morning, is open up to your gifts, right? Start reflecting on events in your life. I also sense Spirit is saying this is about you healing these traumas, because a lot of these things are traumas that you've experienced. So you've been blocking your gift because it's been traumatic for a lot of you. Confirmation, that candle's going crazy right now. Oh my goodness. So I hope this reaches the right people. I know it will. I trust my guides. They're going to send this to whoever needs to hear it. But understand the feelings that you get, the intuitive nudges, the thoughts that pop into your head. A lot of times it is your angels guiding you to take a certain path. You know, sometimes we ignore that little voice or that gut feeling, right? Or that energy that we're picking up that we don't quite understand. If you really want to know, you truly, honestly want to know and understand, then start meditating. And this is, again, why Spirit has guided me to do this for you guys every day this month. Because this month we need to raise our vibes, we need to do reflecting, and we need to project our true, authentic selves into the future. The loving, happy, you know, creative beings that we are into the future. And that's what the focus here, sending positive energy with the intentions of just love, right? That's what we're doing. Rainbow, how are you, darling? Thank you for the gifts, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so, yeah, a lot of you that are here have been watching. You get it. You understand, and you're feeling what I'm saying. That's why you're hearing it. So if you're feeling this, you understand. It's time. It's time for you to start getting curious. It's time for you to start asking questions. It's time for you to start really reflecting on where you are right now and how you got to this place. It's time to start doing the shadow work and healing the traumas, right? Accepting and not being fearful of your spiritual gifts, because it's time for you to start sharing your experiences with the world, right? More people need that inspiration because there's so many of us, so many people awakening right now and unsure of what to do. And there's so many major changes happening. Again, a lot of these major shifts, things that are happening in the world at large, are truly just distraction, right? They're meant to distract you from focusing on yourself, focusing on being creative, loving, right? Nurturing individuals, beings that we are naturally, right? So trust what you feel. and understand, the things that you've gone through in your life have all been for a reason. It has not been in vain. And there's going to come a point in your life where you understand that and you accept it, right? And you're going to move forward. Rico, I'm so grateful and happy you're here. So nobody else. I'm the only one I know some of you are here that are feeling that, because I feel your heart. I can feel that a lot of you were resonating with what I said. Rico, how are you, honey? So happy to see you. Drinking my coffee, but we're going to get started. I guess nobody else. There's 55 of you in here, but nobody else. I guess so. Thank you for all the sharing. Thank you, everybody that shared. Thank you. Okay. Cute Tara. You were feeling that, huh? A lot of you have gifts. That's why you're even watching me at all. You've been sent here, and I know it, right? Yes, things coming together for you, Rico. Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. This shift is happening. You get it, and it's happening, Tammy, right? It resonated with you, Cassie. Awesome. That's right, Monique, you too, okay? Wasted your time, Virginia. I don't know. What do you think? I always throw questions back at people when they ask me, because truly you're the creator. It's up to you to decide. You have to decide, right? You can't go outside of yourself necessarily looking for answers. You can look for guidance, direction, but the answers are always within you. Just say that. I'll say that. Okay? So we're going to get started now with our 5-minute meditation. So if you're here and you are able to find a quiet space, 5 minutes, I'm going to turn the meditation music up. We are going to meditate for 5 minutes, and you'll hear the timer go off. We always start with 3 deep breaths in. Inhale 5 seconds. Keep inhaling until you reach 5. Hold for 1 second, and then release for 6 seconds. One other thing that I have been forgetting to mention is that every time you release, you want to try to relax your entire body. Your shoulders, you want them to drop. You want to relax your hands, your toes, your fingers. You want to try to relax your entire body with every exhalation that you take. And the last one, once you take that third breath, that one, you just want to completely let your body go limp, right? And be really relaxed. Close your eyes and just listen to yourself breathe, okay? Like I said, if you have distracting thoughts going through your head, everybody finds it difficult when they're meditating to stop the thinking process, right? You don't want to stop it because it's really impossible. You can't stop. But the whole point to meditating is to learn to shift your conscious awareness of the thoughts, right? Meaning not giving them your energy. And so what I recommend is, if you have all these thoughts, try to imagine them like little cars going by on the highway. Like if you're standing at a distance on the highway and you can look down, you see all the cars going back and forth, right? Really fast. And you can't really see one car until you focus in on it, right? And then you're trying to travel with it. It's going so fast, but you can just barely see it before it goes out of view, right? So imagine your thoughts just going by on a highway. You're just the observer. You're not giving them your focus. But if you can't help it and you keep focusing on all the thoughts, shift your focus to just listening to yourself breathe, because you cannot consciously focus on more than one thing at a time. And the whole point to meditation is to give your consciousness a break from all the thoughts that are going by, even for 5 minutes, right? And so that's what you're doing, listening, focusing on your breath to allow the thoughts to just go by. Okay. So that's what we want to try to focus on. And of course, I always during my meditation send out positive energy, the intention of sending out love and positive energy. When 3 or more people collectively get together and do this, the energy is more powerful and it changes things. And so that's why we're doing this. So if you're watching on the YouTube replay, again, it doesn't matter when you're seeing this, you can do this for 5 minutes. and you will still feel the energy of all of us here in the collective doing this together, because energy is all there is and time doesn't exist. So it doesn't matter when you're doing this. The energy is still present. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you. All right. So we're going to get started, you guys. I'm going to count for you. So if you would like to close your eyes during this, you absolutely can. Feel free. Okay. And I'm going to count 5, hold 1, release 6. Okay. Bella, you made it. I'm so happy, darling. You're just in time. We're doing this 5-minute meditation right now. Okay. And then after that, we're going to do a journaling. Okay. So here we go, you guys. I'm going to get the timer ready here for us, and then we're going to get started. Okay. So we're going to get started with our first deep breath in. And like I said, inhale for 5 seconds. It's long, at least 5 seconds. Hold for 1, and then release for 6 seconds, letting your entire body relax every time you release. Okay. Try to, suck that breath in through your nose and try to fill up your belly if you can, or fill up your lungs, however it works best for you. But keep inhaling for 5 seconds, hold for 1, release for 6. Okay. All right, here we go. First breath in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we're going to start the timer. I'll turn the music up, close your eyes, and just listen to your breath. Here we go. 5 minutes. Namaste. That was awesome. Who liked that? Did you guys feel it? Did you feel the energy? Let me know if anybody saw white light, yellow light, purpley blue, or green. Did anybody see green, blue, or yellow, or white lights while you were meditating? White light again. Awesome. Good, good, good. Yes. You see I'm wearing white more, right? I opened or sent out, right? Or asked for everyone to be sent clear understanding and connection to spirit, right? That's the white light. That's what it is. The white light is your crown opening and connecting to source, right? And yes, green, you saw green, darling, because I was sending green from my heart, love, right? Happiness, joy, and seeing of beauty in your world. That's why I was sending the green light. So if you saw those, you were open and receptive to what I sent. It was again, clear understanding. I also sent the blue, for throat chakras, because I felt like some people here or who have been watching are also holding things back, not speaking their truth. Again, it has a lot to do with self-confidence, which is why I sent the yellow light from our solar plexus as well, right? It's 11:11, 10:11 here right now. Awesome. You see, new beginnings. Awakening is happening, you guys. It is happening. It is happening. So I'm so grateful. A lot of you felt that energy. You were open to receive it. You gave yourself that 5 minutes today. And I mean, it will make such a difference, right? Over this 30 days, we're going to see burps, how much things start to change. Right. So thank you for everybody that participates here. I am so grateful. I appreciate you. I'm grateful that you're giving this time to yourself, as well as the collective, because, right, we're doing this for everybody, not just ourselves, which makes the energy much more powerful as well. Right. That's right. Thank you, Cassie. I appreciate all of you. All right. Now, here we go. We're ready to start our journaling. So I'm going to put the timer on. We'll put the meditation music on again, and we're going to journal for 5 minutes. Now, yesterday, I was asking everybody to kind of write about a day that you would like to experience, or what would a day in your life, your future self be, the person that you want to become, who you envision yourself, or what does your life look like when you are exactly everything you want and you have everything you want? What does a day look like that, right? And so I asked this yesterday to kind of write that down, right? Now, today, I'm going to shift that up just slightly, and I want you to write down today the reasons why right? The reasons why you want the things that you want. What are some of the reasons, right? And it doesn't matter. Don't feel shame or guilt or feel like you're being selfish about your reasons why. It doesn't matter what your reasons why are. The whole point is for you to understand the reasons why you're doing what you're doing, or why you want to experience the things that you want to experience. It's only you. But the point is to focus your thoughts, your energy, and understanding on why you want these things, or why you want to experience these things. So now you know what a day looks like. Why do you want your day to look like that? Right? Is it because you don't want to have to struggle every day, or, go through the same routine? You want to switch things up, or maybe you want to travel more. Maybe there's something creative or a hobby that you'd like to get more involved in, right? Anything like that, right? So if you want to do something like that, feel free. Oh, thank you, Bella. I love you, darling. But whatever it is, just an understanding, a clear understanding of why you want to experience the things you want to experience. That's it. Just the reason. Don't make any sense of it. Don't justify it. Don't feel like you have to explain it away. Just a clear understanding for you, right? Just for yourself. And that's what it's all about. Just you understanding for yourself why you want the things you want and getting clear about it. Right? Because sometimes we're not always clear about why we want the things we want, right? Some of it is because, sometimes we want to heal, some childhood traumas or something like that, right? We want to experience this because, like me, I'll tell you one example, right? I've always wanted to go to Walt Disney World. I never got to go as a kid, right? Because we were just so dirt poor. I got all my clothes from thrift stores, right? So I never got to have that experience, but I got to watch plenty of the kids around me have that experience, right? And I still plan to do it. I don't care how old I am. I might be 80 years old the first time I ever get to go to Walt Disney World, but I'm going. Well, I don't know. Maybe I won't. If I'm not going by next year, I probably ain't going, but there's other Disney worlds around the world, or Disney whatever, right? Anyways, it may be something I'm never meant to experience, right? But yes, let's go. I want to go. I'm grateful and happy that the universe has provided me. But the reason being is, right, the reason why I want to do it, because we were never able to, or I was never able to as a child. So that's my reason why. Is it selfish? Is it, you could think whatever you want to think about it, but that's the real reason why. It's not because it's not my ego or anything. It's just like the kid in me, the inner child that wants to be healed, right? Yes, the imagination of freedom. Yes, joy, inner child. It is, right? It's like healing to your inner child, right? So it doesn't matter why you want the things you want. Just understand why you want them. Do you get what I'm saying? Again, here I am using myself as an example here, right? As I always do, but that's what I'm here for, right? So, all right, now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with our journaling. Okay, so we are going to journal. I'm going to set the timer. Has everybody got their journal? Okay. That's why also you love Disney too, Jess? Yes, absolutely. And it's okay. It doesn't matter that I'm almost 50 and I still want to go to Disney World. I'm going to go. I will be there. As long as the country is still open and it's still standing, I'm going to get there as soon as I'm able to. Right? That's it. I'm grateful. Thank you, Bella. So here we go, you guys. We're going to get started. Again, try to write about the reasons why you want what you want. And remember, I said the other day, at the end of the night before bed, you want to read. So how many actually did that? Throw a heart in the comments. If you actually did what I suggested yesterday and started to read back over these last 6 days what you've written before you go to bed, right? You want to read over your journal before you go to bed. So you're putting yourself back in the energy, right? I'm just curious if anybody did. It's okay. Don't feel bad. I'm not like checking in or trying to, shake my finger at anybody. I'm just curious, right? But if you didn't, maybe you forgot, try it again, try it tonight and see if it works, right? It's okay, right? That's okay. We got to work on it. That's fine. This is just practice, right? This is just the first week anyways, right? So we're all kind of trying to get into a rhythm. It's okay, right? It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. It's all right. But again, part of this whole process is for us to progress, right? In order to progress, we have to hold ourselves accountable too, right? I'm not here to hold anybody accountable again or wag my finger at anybody, but just remind you, that's all. Hello, Jeanette. Oh, she's saying hi to Bella. Okay. All right. So we're going to get started again. You got your pen. Write the date today if you like. And then let's get to writing. Okay. Oh, I can't fold this up actually because I won't be able to write over here. Okay. So turn the music up and here we go. If you have your journal, your pen, we are going to start the timer. So we're going to get started journaling for 5 minutes and go. Timer is on. Awesome. All right, you guys. How was that for you guys? Okay, everybody, did you get a clear understanding of why you want the things you want? Hopefully, right? That was the main thing. Freeing, right? It's so amazing when you see it in black and white on the paper, right? It is. It's like a freedom that you feel. Because again, when you understand what your motivation is, and it's clear to you, it just motivates you even more, in my opinion, right? Thank you, Corky. Thank you. Thank you. And so thank you, everybody that joined for this meditation and live journaling here on TikTok. If you're watching on the YouTube replay, again, thank you for watching till the end. Of course, as always, I send nothing but love and positive intentions and energy out to everyone. I'm so grateful and proud of you for giving this time to yourself. Every day, 5 to 10 minutes just for you, and you deserve it, right? You deserve to give that to yourself every day for everything that you do. So hopefully we'll see you back here tomorrow for the next live meditation and journaling session. And of course, don't forget to stick around for the General Collective coming up here very shortly. So it might be in the next video. Go check it out. There's probably a message there for you too. But until the next live, I love you guys. Mwah. All right.